Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and today I am teaching you from a different place actually. So I've got my wrinkly mat that's all got a bit folded up, and hopefully I've got enough room around me, so I may have to adjust a few times. But today is going to be a nice lying down the back session. We've done a lot of work on our fronts and our hands and knees in the past kind of 4 or 5 weeks. So we're going to bring you down. We're going to go back to some classic Pilates, some good stretches into the buttocks, the hips, hamstrings, all those things. So enjoy. And then bring yourselves down onto the mat, lying on your back to start with. I'm just going to take my socks off for grip. So just bring yourself down, open your arms, turn your palms up, spread your legs wide, let the feet turn out, let your head drop to the ground, slide the shoulder blades very slightly under, and just breathe into your body. Concentrate on the expansion of the rib cage as if you're filling your lungs out to the sides of the rib cage as you inhale. And on the exhale, you're sinking everything back down, and then gently starting to just engage the abs. Very slight tilt of the pelvis, closing that lower back, and then releasing. Inhaling. Exhale, squeeze the belly. Rib cage drops. One more large deep breath. And then just let your spine relax. Carry on breathing as you just move your head side to side. Inhaling, exhaling. And then just bring your legs together as you bring your head back into the middle, toes pointing to the sky, heels pressing away, interlacing your fingers and taking your full body stretch overhead, finding that lengthening through the backs of the body, sliding one heel away as you extend that same side of the shoulder away from you, and then just sliding the other way. So if you're reaching through one side, reaching through the other. Taking another deep breath in, finding that stretch. And as you exhale, close your ribcage, squeeze your belly and point your toes forward. Releasing your hands, lowering your arms down by your side. We pick up our front leg, my left leg floats towards the sky. You pause at the top, stretching through the back of the hamstrings, putting your toes down, pushing your heels away, and gently allowing that leg to float back down towards the floor, pointing the toes at the bottom, squeezing through the belly, raising your opposite leg, my right leg up to the sky, straightening out through the knee, toes pulled down as we reach the top, and lowering that leg down. So we're trying to keep the hips stable. So we're subtly using the lower abs to drive that leg up. Try and take the emphasis away from your thighs and hip flexors. We're keeping the toe pointers as we raise the leg, and then we flex as we draw the leg down. Now remember, Pilates is very much about elongation of the body, about stretching and lengthening and reaching everything away as much as you possibly can. So feel the backs of the knees going to full extension to try and release the hamstrings. Raising the leg up, and then slowly back down. One more each side. Squeeze those abs a little bit more. And then just drive this front leg into tabletop. Slide your right hand to the side of the head. My left hand is lightly on the ground. We're going to gently curl up into a side crunch. And as we drop the head, the leg kicks away. It hovers. And then you pull everything back in again. So you exhale. Inhale, lengthen. Inhale, lengthen. So we're just waking up the sides of the abs. We're mobilizing through the hip, the knee. We're going to twist and open out through the spine. And that opposite leg, the one that's not moving, stays pressed down towards the floor. Now you have the option to stay here or do 8 more with full leg extension. So lifting up and floating down. Keep it going. Feel free to change it back to here if you need to, okay? Squeezing deep into those abs. 2 more. Lifting that shoulder up towards the knee. Last one. Lift, lift, lift. And then keep that leg up as you lower your head and shoulders down. Slide your hands around the back of the thighs. And let's stretch the hamstring. Now, as you push that leg against your hands, try and drive the same hip bone down to the floor to keep everything level. Then relax the shoulders, bend the elbows, and drive that leg in, pushing that leg as straight as possible, and just find your breath. Now, if you can, begin to climb up that leg, and then lift your chest up towards the thigh as you pull the thigh towards the chest. So I'm still finding that stretch through my hamstring, but I'm just using a little bit more in the arms, lifting the chest, push that leg into extension. Options to stay here and then release the arms to a hover, or lift that leg to a hover and then release your arms, and let's pump the arms. A little warm up. Reaching through, lift those shoulders off the ground, look towards that toe that's drifted off the ground. If it feels too much, drop the leg back down. If this leg feels too much, bend the knee and perhaps keep that leg hovered. Keep going, keep breathing. 8, 7, reach those fingers, wake up those abs. Last 4, 3, 2, and settle that leg. Hands back around the hamstring, lower your head and shoulders down, bending that knee and driving that knee in towards you, slightly open. Let's stretch the hip flexors, hand on the ankle, front hand on the knee, and drive the knee towards the shoulder. And you can circle the leg around if you wish. So move it out and wide, push it through to center, and continue that circulation. So allow a little bit more rolling through the hips just to get the movement. Take it the other way. And then find that stretch. Hold at your place of tension. And then use your arms to go deeper. And perhaps that leg that's on the floor could slide away a little inch maybe. Shoulders down. Use your arms. 5. Take one more breath. 3, 2, and 1. Gently free the leg. Take the leg up high to the sky. Hold it there. Arms down by your side. Lift this back leg up to join that front leg. Legs are straight. My toes are pointed, so my feet, I'm pushing through the fronts of my feet. From there, this front leg is going to do a little opening out to the side. It's going to circle down around the middle and straight back up to join the other leg. Then that one is going to go out to the side, around in a deep circle and up in the center. So I'm kind of making a C shape through the legs and back up into the middle. C shape, pause, and straight up. Now, if that's too much, bend your knees, take one leg wide, kick it round, and then bend it back in to join the other leg. So open the back knee, take it around like a breaststroke leg, and then pull it in. So the challenge with this is as you take your leg wide, what you don't want to do is lift the opposite buttock off the floor. You want to keep that ankle directly above the hip bone and both your hips firmly pushed down towards the ground. If you feel you're kind of following the leg, you're kind of, as I open my back leg, my front leg may follow, which means I've then rolled off that buttock. Then I've lost my core stability. So I just need to take it down a little bit by not taking my leg too wide, reducing that range. And also, you don't want to rely on your arms. So if you feel your arms are doing quite a lot of work, take them away and give me 2 more each side. Breathe. Use purely those abs. Keep stretching into the hamstrings. You're going to feel deep into those lower tummy muscles. Last one. And then bend the knees and pop the feet down to the ground, releasing the arms. So we're going to carry on working this front leg and we'll come back to the right leg later. So we're going to take the ankle over on that knee. If this isn't comfortable for your knee, then just maybe cross it lightly or just keep both feet on the ground. So find what works for you, then ground down through that back foot and then push up into one leg bridge. So we're actually working our back leg, but we're still working on the mobility and opening through this front leg and hip and stretching. So we're going to inhale, drop the hips halfway, exhale, power up and lift the heel. Drop the heel, drop the hip. My buttocks just brush the floor. Exhale, lift the toes, lift the heel, drop the heel. So inhale. And if lifting your heel doesn't work, don't do it. If you're not doing one leg at a time, try and do this exercise with both feet on the floor. So whilst you're going through this exercise, let's keep thinking about opening out this front hip, being quite forceful, but also not allowing your hip bone to drop down. You want to keep this level. And you want to start feeling that calf muscle on that leg at the back working. So 4 more of these. So it's the same if you're not using your one leg. Keep both your feet and legs active together equally. If you're doing 2 legs, don't let the knees protrude outwards. Keep them slightly squeezed in. Last one. Lift up onto those toes. Now, tap the heel, lift the heel. Tap the heel, lift the heel. Press, squeeze. Squeeze the buttocks, get higher. Really power through that thigh. Let's go for 5, 4, 3, lift up, 2, and 1. Lift up and hold, and pulse, pulse, pulse. Feel free to drop the heel if you need to. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Drop the heels. You inhale, exhale, roll it out. And then just carefully take the arms wider, lower the knee to the ground, and stretch open the front of the hip, and really feel the stretch across the abdomen and maybe into that rib cage. Move your legs around if you need to find that stretch. Just breathe. Relax. Take 2 more breaths there. And then carefully, when you're ready, just roll yourself back into the middle. Pause there. So let's work into these abs. So your arms, if they can, are going to stay wide in a T shape. If you need to take them down by your side, do so. We're going to lift this leg up. And we're going to simply tap the toes and lift. So we're leaving from the hip, tapping and lifting back in. Inhale, tapping. Exhale, back in. If you want to make it harder, watch my back leg. Extend, hover, bend back in. Extend, hover, bend back in. So you just might want to stick with the levers. If you need a break, drop the lever down and then work from the floor up. So that's your resting point. Floor up, that's your resting point. Otherwise, that's your resting point, and you tap, that's your resting point, you tap, so there's the difference. Or if you're going mega hard, you're extending and then powering back in. So the power is a strong force, but it's not a speedy force. 4 more, guys. Use those tummy muscles. You may feel your thigh is engaged. Last 2. Last one. Lift it up, extend the leg, lift your fingers up towards those toes, keep that knee open or both legs up in the air if you need to, and give it a pulse, give it a pulse. Come on, reach. 8, 10, 11, 12, go higher. 14, 15, 5, 4, 3, 2, and catch that leg, drop the heel, and stretch that front buttock. Head down, shoulders down, back down, bottom down. Pull the thigh in, open that front knee. Take a breather. I feel like I've got very dark on that video, so I'm trying to get a little bit more light into it. Sorry, I'm a bit silhouetted again today, aren't I? I hope you're following my instructions okay, if I am a silhouette. So just try and rock very subtly over into that back buttock, opening that front knee a little bit more, using a little bit more arm work. Just take a couple more breaths. We're going to take this straight into a rotation as well. So from here, you can either drop your foot, and if you know your back is capable of holding quite a strong rotation, then just cross those legs, open the arms out wide, and allow that give as you drop over. And if you're lucky, you're going to get a click. And then try and drive that front shoulder blade into the ground and your eye gaze across. If that doesn't work for you, eye gaze to the sky, or uncross those legs, stack your knees and lower them down to the level that suits you. If you want to give yourself a helping hand, that back hand's on the thigh, and then twist. Try to go a little bit further if you can. Slide the hand further. Get a little bit more of the back of the rib cage to the ground if you can. And then slowly releasing that back arm. Lift those knees back to the center. So if they're crossed, uncross them, lowering the heels to the floor. Bring your head back to center. We find the breath. Slide your legs down, interlace your fingers, take a full body stretch. Really lift up through that rib cage. Sliding everything away, and then sink the rib cage down using your abs, keeping that full length of the arms. One more time, a long deep breath. And then release, pointing your toes away, releasing your arms down by your side. Front leg, lift it all the way up. Dorsiflex the foot, lower the leg back down, swapping to the other side. So exactly how we started. Keeping that full extension through the knee and releasing. Pointing the toes. See if you can go a little bit further than you did earlier. Just making sure you're not lifting your buttocks off the floor, because again, the opposite leg will try and follow what your other leg is doing if you're tight in the hamstrings. Not doing too many of these, we're just keeping everything moving. One more each side. And on this one, we lift all the way up, we pause, bend the knee. Slide your front hand to the side of the head. This arm is just relaxed down, slightly wide of the hips. We take a breath in, exhale, curl it up. Inhale, kick away to hover head down. So you could do it like this, or you can extend that leg and then curl up, lower down. So we're working that leg on its own. This is the one I prefer you to start with. But if you need to bend the knee, bend the knee. Keep thinking, lengthening, squeezing the belly and keeping that front leg grounded. Little support of the head, twisting and mobilizing over to the other side. 4 more. Come on, really squeeze up, really lift, really feel the middle of your abs, sending that chest up high. Last one, hold the leg up, drop your hands, drop your arms. Slide your hands around the back of that thigh and push that leg into extension. So hamstring stretch on this side. Little bend of the elbows, keep the hips firmly on the ground. Push the leg into extension a little bit more. After your next breath, we're going to start to climb up the leg. So walk up the leg, catching the calf. And then try and extend a little bit more. Chest towards the thigh, thigh towards the chest. Relax the shoulders. Keeping this leg firmly on the ground. So you don't want to feel like you're bending that knee. Yeah? Focus on both legs fully extending. Go a little bit further. Take one more deep breath. Options to hover that leg or keep it grounded. Release your arms. And when you're ready, pump those arms. So keep squeezing deep into the abs. If you need to bend the knee, bend the knee. If you need to drop the leg, drop the leg. You can drop the leg with the leg straight. You can drop the leg with the leg bent. You can stay here and keep reaching and squeezing and breathing. Keep going. Come on, pump those arms firm and strong. 8, 7, 6, reach higher. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Drop the head, drop down. Bend the knee and slide your hands around the thigh. Taking this hand to the ankle, opening the knee out wide. Extending this left leg firmly to the floor, and then just take some little circles through the knee. Opening out. This time you can allow a little bit of rocking through the hips. Take it the other way when you're ready. And then come into the center, stretch deep into that leg. Perhaps take the kneecap towards your armpit, push the heel in towards the back of the hamstring, and use your arms to stretch those hips. Slide the opposite leg away. And carefully return the leg to the center. Take the leg up to the sky. Use your abs to lift this leg up. There it goes, joins up. And then we're going to go back to our half circles, but this time we're going to reverse it. So you may have done this with bent knees, so bend them now or keep them beautifully straight. We lower the front leg down, open out to the side, circling all the way back to join that leg in the middle. So down and open. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. So again, it's exactly the same as I said when we're doing the other direction. If you feel the opposite buttock is rolling away to follow the moving leg, then you've lost that core stability. Reduce your range or take a knee bend. If you want more of a challenge, remove your arms and you get a real feel for the balance of the body either side. So if you're doing bent knee, you extend away, you open out, and you bend it in to join the other leg. So kick away, open out, bend it in, and so on. 4 more for me, please. That's 4 more each side, by the way. That's 8 in total. Come on, let's work deep into this core. Let's tighten up that waistline, squeeze it in. So you're trying to get that little extra notch on the belt. Now I've got 4 more in total to go. Keep the breath going, keep your shoulders relaxed. Last one. And then pause and gently bend the knees, drop your feet to the ground, release your arms. Find your breath. Pop that back ankle over the front knee, open that knee out. And then adjust this leg. Sorry, just pull the knee, the heel, slightly closer in, but not touch right underneath that knee. It's kind of need to be sitting beneath the knee joint, not under the hamstring. Again, if your hip or knees don't like it, you just simply cross the leg over or just drop the feet and work the legs together. So when you're ready, arms relaxed down by the side. And we're going to slowly lift up into those hips. Open that back knee. Squeeze the front butt. Find your balance. Find your strength. Find the power. We inhale, lower the buttocks, brushing the floor. Exhale, come up, lift the heel. Inhale, heel down, buttocks down. Exhale, power up, lift. So if you're not enjoying the heel lift or you're getting any kind of cramping, lose the heel lift. Just do your hip presses up and down. That's fine. Like I said, you can have that leg completely crossed over. You've still got the weight on the leg, but you're taking any pressure off the opposite knee and hip. Or drop both feet and just power up, lift, heels down, drop. 4 more. Keep those knees a little bit close together if you're doing 2 legs on the floor. Keep it going. So on our last one, we lift up high, we lift the heel, and we take a breath in. Heel down, heel up, heel down, heel up. Squeeze. Just work, just hold if you don't like this position. Last 5, 4, squeeze your butts. 2, and hold onto the toes. Let's go. Hip presses. 9, 8. Drop the heel if you don't like it. 6, 5. Come on. Open that back knee. Squeeze up higher. 3, 2, and 1. Inhale. Heel down. Exhale. Roll it out slowly. Once you hit the ground, take the arms slightly wider and let the knee drop over away from me. Stretching out to the front of the thighs, into the abdomen, into that rib cage, open the shoulder. So adjust your legs as much as you need to get the right stretch. You want to have it across here. We don't want it in the lower back. And just breathe. Close your eyes. 2 more breaths. And then carefully just roll yourself back into the middle. Pause in the middle. Arms down by your side. Let's work those abs. Right, so ground down, imprint your spine, lift that front knee. So you can tap and lift. Tap and lift. So this is your kind of first stage. Even if you feel you're really stiff and tight and your abs aren't controlling this move, you can start from the floor and lift up and drop to the floor. Lift up and drop to the floor. Or if you wish, you can go stronger, extend the leg away, hover and put it in. Make sure that if you're doing this one, you're not flicking your lower back off the floor. This is complete control. Hip bones down. You're using deep into your lower abs to get those thighs in. And just carry on. Look at them dark again. Need to make it a little bit lighter. I think it's just the very dark days that we're having right now in the dark room. Right, anyway, carry on. So just keep powering up, powering up, powering up. Wherever you are, 8 more. Don't use those arms, they're just there for support. Keep flowing through the breath. 4 more. Last 3. Last 2. Last 1. Lift it in. Extend up. Lift up. And let's pulse up. Come on. Work as high as you can go. If you don't like your leg, loosen it. Leave it. Do both legs. Up to you. Otherwise, keep going. 9, 8, 7. Come on. Lift. 5. Use everything you got. Don't give up. 2 and 1. Drop the head. Catch the thigh. Drop the heel. And let's stretch that back buttock. Head down, shoulders down, back down. Breathe. Rock over very slightly into that front buttock. Try and get your buttocks firm on the ground as well as your shoulders. Rock very subtly over into the front buttock as you push that back knee away. Couple more breaths here. And then when you're ready, release the foot. So you're going to stretch over to the side, taking the arms wide. If you can cross the legs over, if there's lots of mobility, if you're allowed back, then allow the back to drop over. Otherwise, uncross, stack your knees one to the other and twist. And then everyone breathe into that back shoulder, opening out through the arm, finding that stretch, hand on the thigh. I'm going to uncross my legs because my back's a bit uncomfortable this side. And then I can get a little bit more twist into that shoulder. And if your head doesn't like that direction, take it up towards the sky. Give yourself another 2 very deep breaths here. And then carefully release. As you bring your knees back up, uncross them and drop them down to the floor. Bring the soles of the feet together and then just allow loads of give through those legs, just rocking side to side. Turn your head side to side as well. Just keep everything moving. And then find your center point. Let those knees drop even more. Allow that lower back just to gently lift off the ground if it wishes. Interlace those fingers again and take a full body stretch once again away from you. And then gently bring the knees together and extend those legs down to the floor. Take your heels for a little walk over to the backs, to the back corner of the mat, taking that back heel over the front ankle, and then slide your shoulders the same way, C-curve through the body. So I'm just opening out through the left side of my body, trying to push my left hip bone and left shoulder down without losing that stretch. And then lightly uncross your legs. Simply walk your heels all the way over to the other corner. Once they reach there, cross them over and take a full reach over to the other side. So over to the corner, and we're stretching down that back side, my right side, pushing my right buttock into the ground, right shoulder push down and creating that beautiful curve of the body. Breathe through it, because every time you breathe, you can feel that little extra stretch. And then carefully just release. Release your arms. Take them down by your side, uncross your legs. Take your legs wide, turn your feet out, turn your palms up. And we're actually going to end the class lying down here today. We're going to spend a minute just breathing. So I want you to close your eyes. Let your whole body just settle into the floor. Let your back just be heavy. Let your breathing just come to however you naturally breathe. And just begin to open your ears again to the sounds. Keeping your eyes closed. Bring your knees in towards your chest and hug them in one more time. Little rock side to side. Very carefully, just roll over to one side. And keeping your eyes closed, just bring yourself very carefully up to a seated position. Find whatever's comfortable for you, whether that's crossed legs or legs just out to the side or kneeling. And then just bring your hands down by your side and just sit tall through the spine. Open your eyes carefully. And that's the first bit of light I've got into my video now. And then roll your shoulders up towards the ears and slowly back behind. Just stay soft in the spine as you open your arms, and then inhale your arms gently up. And just look up towards your hands, bring them gently in front of you. Give yourselves a little bow and a clap. I hope you enjoyed my lying down class today. It's very good to have a variety of different things. So that was more of a kind of relaxation at the end. As always, thank you for tuning in and look forward to seeing you soon. Bye for now.